Planning,
I don't have any problem but I'm here.
Kyle said when we were watching some of the highlights of it afterwards, he's like, that just shows you spend a little money, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they went out and called players that they knew could help them get there. Almost. I mean, he would not have been at Wrexham if it weren't for
all
cash.
Back. So but you also need a good coach to pull it off. So.
True, and they paid for that too.
Yeah.
They went and got a good manager, and I just saw a little video earlier today that J.J. Watt is buying into the Burnley.
Oh, are you serious?
He's becoming because they were like, he's like, I don't have Ryan Reynolds money.
Are they getting promoted as well, or in the championship, or where are they at this year?
I don't think they're in the top tier.
They're not.
I think they're but I don't know. When the four get relegated, or the three get relegated, who knows? I don't know if they might pop up.
I don't know who's in contention.
Yeah.
So we had a great time. We spent the first part in the Cotswolds,
and also,
which is
he would have got.
Wales,
He should have
for the
started
Wrexham match, and also went to Stratford upon Avon, which is where Shakespeare's everything Shakespeare is, including the theater, and we went to Shakespeare's schoolhouse. So it's pretty cool because they give you a history tour downstairs, then you go up and they kind of have somebody who acts like Shakespeare's school teacher and puts you in rows, and it's really interactive. So it was great for the boys. And went to Warwick Castle and Sudley Castle. The grounds are amazing. It was I'd never been in the UK or London or any of that, obviously, and it was just.
It's amazing.
It was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, when you just think about it.
We're only going to be here about 4 hours, so Brian, are we ready? Okay, let's go ahead and call the finance meeting to order.
All right, give me 1 second. You're ahead of me for just a second. I'm running behind today.
Oh, good. You got your shirt. Good. I think everybody got their shirt.
I didn't participate and I got a shirt.
That's okay. You got a shirt.
Did y'all get the minutes yesterday when I sent them?
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have helped anymore.
All right, finance.
Couldn't have hurt.
Dr. Jones,
Here.
Counselor Gwaltney,
Here.
Counselor Alamon, Counselor Smith,
Here.
and Counselor Harden.
Here.
So you got one absent, but you still got a quorum.
Great, thank you. So we're all here except for one.
And I will make a motion to approve the minutes and as presented and dispense with the reading.
Second.
Okay, moved by Counselor Smith, seconded by Counselor Harden to dispense with the reading of the minutes and approve them as distributed. Any other questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign. Passes 4-0. And then before we get into old business, I just wanted to introduce Chloe Smith, who's here from Art Gallery of Alabama, and she's here to observe and see government in action.
So thrilling.
She asked, should she come to a long council
Smith
meeting
with who?
with public hearings,
Art
or
Gallery
should she
Alabama.
come to?
She's here for school.
Yeah.
Art Gallery.
Art Gallery.
Heart.
As in the
Gallery
yes.
of Alabama. And she was either going to come to a long council meeting or the committee meetings tonight, so I recommended she come to the committee meetings tonight. So she would not be here, for 3 or 4 hours. So welcome.
This may be the shortest one.
I told her she picked the right night to check this box.
Yeah, so this is a perfect night, that's right. Okay, starting at old business, we have 250417, request for consideration of 18th Street revitalization project. As you can tell, we're nearing the end here.
Yeah, so they're gonna wait on the asphalt to cure before they put in the thermoplastic striping, the permanent striping, and that's gonna happen on May 14th. And then on Valley, so if you're driving eastbound on Valley and there's the right turn lane, all that infrastructure's already been put in, right, asphalt and all that. So we're waiting on yield signs because what the condition is there is that it's a through right. So you're not gonna stop at that first light where the new light is.
Right.
You're gonna be able to continue through, but they wanna make sure that
People don't stop.
that people yield right before they turn on the 18th Street. So they're gonna put out the striping and the signs, and they're waiting on all that to happen before they.
Will it be
close
clear to people when they're in that turn lane that they don't have to stop at that first light?
It should be.
Because the other day I was up there and clearly some people were confused, but I think it also had to do with the fact that they were out there working at
Right.
the time too.
And the barrels were out there.
Yeah, the barrels were there,
Right.
yeah.
And so right now, what Scott Cochran with Skipper Consulting is gonna do is go out there in the next day or so and make sure that the light that they have installed is the light that he wants to use. So right now, it's a green ball on the right lane, and they're going back and forth between a green ball and a straight arrow.
Okay,
They don't know what they wanna do yet.
okay.
Okay. Any other updates?
Yeah, another one. So we had talked in the past, I think in here, maybe individually, but about Birmingham replacing the 4 existing signal poles that are in Birmingham. And we
Right.
thought that they were gonna use our contractor to do that, and we would just get reimbursed from Birmingham. Anyway, they got a price back on those 4 poles, and it was $330,000, which was about double what they thought it would be. So we're not gonna do that right now. So Birmingham has said that next year they'll budget for it and they'll do the work themselves.
And these are right at, where are those at?
At Valley and.
And their budget year, they're one of the few cities, they're
They do
7/1 through
July.
6/30.
Yeah, yeah. Why?
Okay.
I mean, just because of the same old reason that everything's more expensive right now?
That, and also because Stone didn't really wanna do it, they were afraid what they were gonna find when they started
Oh,
drilling.
So yes.
So I know we paved the east side of 18th in front of the hotel with the first phase of the project. Are they gonna, I forget the process, but whatever we use whenever we patch our roads, are they gonna do that same process on the 2 seams, or on the seam between the new asphalt and the paved from 2020 asphalt?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that this final seal coat?
Yeah, they should do that when they do the stripe.
Okay. I just wanna make sure that,
We're gonna have
wasn't
to come
egress
back
for
up.
water there?
There's,
Right.
A lot of our
we've got an
roads
issue
degrade quickly.
on the old side, right there. And we're trying to get waterworks, they said it's an old line, that it's not work, but there's something, if you know where that little dip is, where you turn in to the hotel. So we're gonna, I think when we get our camera, this new camera, we're gonna go back in and camera there, because there's something going on in there that because
Okay.
when we paved it, it was fine, and about 6 months after, it got a dip.
It's not, so we TV'd the storm about a year ago, yeah, when they first started.
Yeah.
To try to figure out if it was storm, and it's not.
Yeah, there's an old water line
Yeah.
that runs, and they swear up down they had it tapped off. But when we dug it up before we paved it that time, there was still water coming out of it. And I'm like, nah, it's just residual coming from it, but it's not.
Right.
Cause I mean, it's still, I guarantee you, if we cut it and dug it right now,
Be water.
it'd be water, it'd be just mush in there. So we're gonna have to try to get with them. So Chris and I met with, what's the name, so they've got it on their radar, and what that means, I don't know yet, so. But we're gonna try to get them to come in with us and dig it back up. Cause I think that line actually ran all the way up underneath the hotel, all the way to almost to 31.
Really? Wow.
So, but anyway, I just wanted to update you on that, cause it's, I mean, it looks.
It's gonna
real
create a
nice, but
sinkhole is what it's
right
gonna
there.
do.
Sure, right in front of the hotel. Cool.
All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, we'll carry that over, and very soon we'll drop this item once everything gets completed. But without objection, we'll carry that over. Okay, 050423. Request to set bid date for City Hall parking deck repair and restoration project. We have, let's see, and just to recap on this, Ms. Smith, you had reported out to council that we had recommended amending the general fund and set the bid date, but then upon further review, the work was in the original contract. So we do not need a budget amendment at this point, but you sent it back to committee and we're still working on it. So we had a meeting last Friday, still working on it.
Yeah, White and I met with Tony Wright Friday, he's working on bid specs, as soon as he gets them complete, so we can, and just have a publication date, we can set the bid date.
Yeah.
You just carry it over until he can.
Okay. So, okay, so the specs aren't ready, but when they are, we'll set the bid date. So, are there any questions on that?
Is there some of this water damage on the concrete?
Water damage, water penetration.
Yeah, not damage.
No, yeah, it's just,
That's what we're trying to do, is keep it from being.
Yeah, this is maintenance.
It's just, yeah, it's primarily maintenance. It's like caulking around the building and inlets where pipes come through the deck, things like that.
Okay.
Also, the driveways in the deck, there's some medians got to be repaired.
Is any of that paid for by our other friends?
The underground deck portion is 1/3, 2/3. 1/3 done, 2/3 done. I'm not sure that number yet, but it's in the contract.
Just checking.
all right. So we'll carry this over without objection until our next meeting, and we'll move to set the bid date. So we'll carry that over.
So we're not gonna set, we're not even gonna recommend a bid date right now, we're just
No.
carry it over, okay?
Because we can't until we have the bids.
I don't know, but yeah.
Okay, moving on to new business, 110423, request for consideration to amend FY 22-23 budget. And you have a report for us on this?
Yes, sir, and I'm sorry that Robert is out today. So I'm having to kind of pitch it. But I'm asked, Berkeley helped me too. I think we need 7,000 to be sure. We had put the money in for the budget for a vehicle in city clerk's office, but they don't have any Ford Explorers that they can get in. So we're having to get something a little bit different, and it's more than what I had 30,000 budgeted. So we're asking for 7,000 from carryover fund balance. And Mr. Kendry, I can do that amendment for you, but it's going to go to capital vehicles. But at the same time, the Explorer that we're driving right now, the black one, is having some problems, and so I've exhausted all of my vehicle maintenance money, and y'all did approve one budget amendment that we piggybacked off of Berkeley's the other day, but it's had to go back to the shop for an internal problem in the engine, so I'm gonna need probably another 1,000 to get me through, because it's got some age on it. We've already just put a water pump, a fuel pump, and now they've had to do something in the engine. So I need $1,000 if I could, out of carryover fund balance into general fund vehicle maintenance. And I can top those up and send them out before I go home today.
And that's just for the existing one before we buy the new one?
Yeah, because I have no, Gordon basically had to put 2 tires on it that somebody had taken off for surplus, because I have no money left unless I borrow from Robert's money. So, because it's been in the shop 3 times in the last month. So I'm asking for 7,000 from carryover fund balance to vehicles capital in Department 10, and $1,000 from carryover fund balance to vehicle maintenance in Department 10. One's capital, one's general fund.
Okay, and I did find,
Robert had
Robert's
6,000 something, but
six.
Berkeley called today, and I'm not trying to contradict.
I mean, all of us got messed up because they after COVID, they did not tell us that they allowed Ford and Dodge and GM to go up 22% on all the state bid vehicles.
oh my gosh, okay.
So,
Yeah, the
It-
original.
I'm hoping Robert's numbers
25.
are right, it was like 6,000
Okay,
something.
so-
But
so
I
you're
can't do a
looking
purchase
for-
order for sure until,
Should we have some
we won't spend any more than we have to, but I was just
Okay.
asking not to
So
exceed.
requesting a budget amendment
Call it.
up to
7,000.
up to 7,000.
Yes, and hopefully we won't need the whole
Vehicles
7,000.
capital
Mhm.
coming out of carryover fund balance.
Correct.
And also an additional 1,000 for vehicle.
general
maintenance.
fund and vehicle
In general
maintenance.
fund.
And I'll top it
vehicle
up for you,
maintenance.
yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, any questions? So that's the only budget amendment we have tonight.
Yes,
I
sir.
would make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
Okay, Counselor Smith made the motion, Counselor Harden seconded that.
And
Any-
Mr. Alman is here. by the way.
Okay, Counselor
Oh, did-
Alman is here.
Did you vote on that one or no?
We haven't voted yet.
We haven't
Okay.
voted yet.
You gotta vote on this one since you're
Would you like to
okay.
make a nomination?
All right, any questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign, that passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Okay, any other item that's tabled that we need to address?
We are working on the employee handbook, and now that we're almost through with the audit, we're 90% through with the audit. So I'm gonna do my best to have something for President White and Mr. Kendrick and all to look at first, hopefully by the end of this month. So,
Okay, yeah, seeing that that has Mayor McBrayer
And-
on the
Yeah.
audit.
well, and also, just in case it comes up, we do need to put on the referral agenda, Robert and I do, a request for the mid-year review. We're running, I think, one meeting behind on that, but we did the audit late this year.
Okay.
So but with permission to put it on the agenda for next time.
Mid-year review.
It will go on to the finance committee for this next meeting.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Save yourself.
Any other items? Hearing none, we're adjourned.
I just didn't want you guys.
While we're in
I think
between
we just
real
tabled
quick,
it.
I just want to give everyone some notice.
I'll put it on my calendar too. You ready?
Sure.
All right, Public Works Committee meeting, Counselor Wilkerson,
Here.
Counselor Gear, here, Counselor Sims,
Here.
Counselor Nelms, here, and Counselor Harden.
Here.
All present, you got a quorum.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the reading and dismiss of the minutes from April 17th?
So moved.
Second.
I don't know what order, but we'll say Nelms and Gear. on
I
that.
thought it was Harden, I thought it was Harden
Oh,
and
gosh,
Nelms.
okay.
Was it Harden and Nelms?
Harden, did you say?
Harden and Gear.
All right,
Harden and Gear.
there we go. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5-0. And then we just have new business 120423, request for permission to work in the right of way to replace a fence adjacent to 1004 Edgewood Boulevard from James and Kate Morris and Wyatt Pugh.
Yeah, so Wyatt's out this week, so I'm filling in. Which one do you want? That one. So this is on the corner of Edgewood and South Forest. That's good. That's good. You can kind of see the fence here next to the driveway that separates the driveway from the pedestrian bridge that crosses the creek in this location. So some of the driveway, a lot of the driveway, and that fence is in the city right of way. And they're asking for permission to replace that fence, which is in the city right of way. And that's
So who put the fence up originally, do we know?
I don't know.
So is that fence belong to the people that are on the west side of the creek?
No, it belongs to the city.
No.
It's the city. It's in the city right of way.
Okay. I guess, are the people, I'm just trying to figure out where that house is that's asking for that. Is,
Can you? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Does that help,
oh, yeah.
Melanie?
Yeah. Huh. Okay, it does help, but, so that's, it's those people that want to,
They want to replace the fence.
hmm.
I would assume that they put the fence there, or that whoever lived in that house 30 years ago probably put the
Oh,
fence
it's
up.
right there by their house, not
Right.
the, for other thing I was seeing. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really not on their property, but that's okay.
Right.
But it's a deep creek.
Logistical question, is it, did we not already have a indemnification agreement signed?
It's been there longer than I've been a kid.
Okay. So the answer is
When they did it
probably
last
no.
time?
All right.
Yeah, probably not.
It's probably
All
a
right.
different owner. So, do we need to make a motion to approve?
I think she's here. Do you, is that what you're here for?
No, she's here for.
No.
She's here with the heart gallery.
But she can
gosh.
stand up and pitch why we should do this.
I want this fence.
I actually babysit on that road, so I walk down there a lot.
Okay.
Kale, to the best of your knowledge, they're just replacing it exactly where it is.
That's right.
Anybody have a
Sure, I'm good with it.
desire?
Yes.
And have they presented
That's it.
like what type of fence they're gonna put up? The same type?
Same thing, 6 foot, privacy fence.
6 foot wood fence.
That's right.
And they'll be here next week, I assume?
If they need to be.
I mean, only to sign that indemnification agreement, but we can just include that in the motion, I guess.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to approve, pending the proper indemnification agreement.
All right.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Sims and second by Counselor Gear. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that's 5-0. We do have a couple of tabled items that we were gonna look at super quick here. I believe 18, 11, 19, the parking management RFI system. Counselor Waltney, you're okay with this?
He's not listening to you. Andy, on the
Oh,
table
yes.
item.
The
You're
one you
okay
mentioned
with-
to me?
yeah.
I'm here.
So-
You can read it if you want. I'm not in committee.
So,
What does that mean? What is it? RFI?
We had gone down the road,
look at parking
a couple years ago, looking at options for
downtown.
like a parking management system when we were having trouble with a variety of things related to parking, whether it was, enforcement or, turnover on service lots, so.
Yeah.
I've had less complaints
Issues.
about parking,
No, we have
so
meetings this week.
I don't think it's really much of an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
These
think it was
people-
an issue at the beginning.
people
I
have
think it was
accepted
so-
it as it
well,
is.
No, I mean, the conditions
I'll
haven't
make a
changed at all.
motion to drop
I don't
it.
think.
You have to
Take
pull
it
it
off
off the
the
table real
table.
quick and then we
Okay.
can drop it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
All right, Melody, I think Counselor Gear is making a motion to pull 18, 11, 19 off the table.
I'll second that.
Second by Counselor Harden. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and then
Make a motion to drop it.
motion to drop.
Second.
Counselor Gear, second by Counselor Harden. All in favor?
Aye.
That is dropped 5-0. And then I guess 08, 07, 19. Hey, Alex or President Wyatt.
Yeah.
This other item I was wondering about, request for consideration of changes to support infrastructure installation. It's been on there almost 3 years.
Andy, is that the?
Do we have any
That's for our underground utility thing?
Yeah, we had just talked about that recently, so do you wanna
You leave it on there for now and let us
brainstorm?
brainstorm about it a little
Okay.
bit.
I'm willing to, as far as I know, this 09, 08, 21, can I make a motion to pull it off the table? No.
You can. No.
Cannot? Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Which one are we on?
09, 08, 21. Motion by Counselor Gear to pull it off the
You mean
table.
090821?
Yes,
You're working
ma'am.
it right away?
Yes,
Second.
ma'am.
So it's
Second
Gear-
by Counselor Sims. All
Gear,
in favor?
Sims?
Gear and Sims, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 5-0, and then
request to drop from
Yes.
Second.
motion to drop.
Motion to drop by Counselor Gear, second by Counselor Harden. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
So that
Any
was
opposed?
090821, permission to work on Oxmoor Road right away, that one's dropped, and 181119's dropped.
Mhm.
18, 11, 19, and then Oxmoor Road, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. And then the stormwater master plan we're keeping for right now, right? Because we're still working on all that. Okay, I think that's good for now. We will stand adjourned.
Hey, and everybody get their ethics filing done?
Thank you for the reminders.
So we're just in soccer heaven.
I wasn't trying to